All right. Hello, YouTube. Ladies and gentlemen, Home Theater Joe here, aka Joe Woody. Hope you guys, as usual, are happy, healthy, and doing well. Uh, I learned, okay, and I learned from Michael yesterday or the other day. He did a live stream, and yeah, so I'm gonna bite off him right now and say respectfully, this should not go more than an hour, because people's time is valuable, right? And also, if this does go any amount of time, you should just, and you're watching after the fact, you should just speed it up, you know, from normal speed to 1.25. Anyway, a lot of stuff to cover here today, and I have some thoughts for you. The UFC is a mess. We are definitely going to talk about the shit show that the UFC is right now, and honestly, how transparent it is. We'll get to that. But I also wanted to talk about this learning curve I'm on with YouTube here, and having a guest on yesterday was really sweet. It was very informative, actually, but it was a first for me. It was very fun. It was awesome to have somebody to do some back and forth with. So, big shout out to Luke, M Tech. Thank you, sir, for being on. You're welcome anytime, my friend. And really, so is all the other community members, man. We always have something to talk about, and I always want to share information. So that's what that is. Um, I do want to talk real quick about what I've seen here recently. Excuse me, with YouTube, man, and it's all about managing expectations. I mean, really, y'all. This whole S95B mess has been a big old fat mess. And our guest yesterday, you know, was very, very down to earth and gave us what I consider real usage, real scenario viewing, not from a reviewer. Not saying that's a bad thing to be a reviewer. What I am saying is that he was very honest with what's going on, and it just made me think it's so nice to hear this, to see this in our space. Somebody commenting and being particularly down the middle about it, whatever. Looking back on it, it was just a huge hype train, man. And I don't fault anybody for it, but I've in 20 years I've been doing hardwood floors, and this is really what I wanted to get to with managing expectations. A lot of times when I come into a job, I'd say at least a quarter of the time I'm dealing with a very nasty floor. There is stains in it, whether they be pet stains, water stain, or water damage. Um, whether it's been under a carpet for 15, 20 years, whatever. Okay. And sometimes I have to set those expectations. Like, people may think that a crew's going to come in, we're going to sand the floor, and they're going to have the Taj Mahal. Well, that's not going to happen. You can't exactly make chicken salad out of chicken shit. That's the way I've always heard it. So that's what it is. And I think that's what happened here with YouTube and this community recently. It was just a whole bunch of, there was no management of expectation. And anyway, I don't want to kill it or keep beating a dead horse. I just wanted to put that out there, man. I probably need to do a lot better job of managing expectations for myself in my everyday life and everything else. Uh, should we just talk about the hot mess over here that is the UFC? And I see all the headlines this morning. I just typed it in to Google News, which I know is dumb and I probably shouldn't do, but I just typed in UFC and hit Google News, and wow. So Charles Oliveira has been stripped of his light heavyweight title. Well, I just don't think, it doesn't pass my smell test, right? Not only has this never happened before, which I was having a conversation with my buddy, and I was wrong. He was right. I told him, I think this has happened before. What I was remembering was Chael Sonnen and Paulo Filio. They had two fights in Wreckage. The first fight, Sonnen clearly, well, I don't, for whatever reason, the title did not change hands. The first fight, maybe that was it. Maybe the first fight, Chael went out in the fifth round, and I don't remember, but so we have seen that before where the title didn't change hands, but there was still a fight. Whatever, it just hasn't happened in the UFC. Um, but I just don't think. Shout out to the MMA guru. He brought some interesting facts to light the other day, and I don't know. Hey, I don't know if it's true. I wasn't there, y'all. 20 out of 28 fighters missed weight by half a pound, either over or under. I mean, call me conspiracy theory red, but I mean, that's just a little strange, right? 20 of 28 fighters. Now, I know you might be thinking, man, there's not 16 fighters, but a lot of times fighters weigh in at these cards, you know, as replacements. Somebody, i.e., Tony Ferguson, might be on his way to the weigh-in and trip over a cord because he's wearing his sunglasses, and bam, he needs reconstructive knee surgery. Which, by the way, if you think I'm not going to make some assessments of tonight's fights in just a few minutes, you would be incorrect, because that's going to happen. But the UFC is clearly, oh my God, here we go. It's time. Shots are getting, I'm aiming right now. Shots fired coming up right here, right now. The UFC, they stripped Oliveira of the title. Gaethje has the ability to win the title. Oliveira does not. So even if Oliveira wins tonight, the title will still be vacant, thus probably putting him in a fight with, you guessed it, Conor McGregor. The UFC is paving the way for Conor McGregor to get in here on a title fight. And I know that's going to anger a lot of people. I know a lot of people, no, that's not the way it should be done, or that's not the way they're going to do it. But why else would they do it? And I know some people are going to say, the man missed weight like a billion times when he was a featherweight. That was a featherweight. He's never missed weight at lightweight. He's been fighting at lightweight forever. The scale in back kept saying he's good. He comes out to the scale in front and it's half pound. It just all seems so strange. And I don't know, man. Usually, sometimes, most of the time where there's smoke, there's fire. It does not pass my smell test. The UFC is just, man, and I don't know how they would expect an athlete like Oliveira to even be able to focus tonight in the main event. How could he even focus? And okay, so now this is what I see. This is my assessment here. I've been kind of watching all week what's going on, and I thought Oliveira was just gonna crumble. Like, how can you focus? The final face-off, I think Justin Gaethje is going to die. I think we're going to see a murder in the octagon. I think Charles Oliveira is so angry and upset. I totally misjudged that. And what I see in that final face-off, which was last night before tonight, that's an angry man. And I got to say, Justin has not been looking extremely, extremely confident. I know he's been talking a little bit. And it's just, by the way, his talking points this week have not been typical Justin Gaethje. So anyway, that first face-off they had, Gaethje didn't even really look him in the eye. He looked kind of shook, man. He broke away real quick and was like, yeah. I don't know. And let's go right now and talk about Tony Ferguson. Hey, whatever you guys want to talk about, if there's anything y'all want to talk about, you just go ahead and click it right there in the comments section and we'll talk about it. Could be anything. I don't care. Let's talk about Tony Ferguson real quick. Tony Ferguson, I think he means business too. And I know he's done, right? I get it. I don't know, man. The fire I'm seeing in Tony Ferguson and the fire that I'm seeing in Charles Oliveira, let the record show. I'm scared of those men. I would not want to be in the ring with those guys. They're on I think it's going to be carnage tonight. I don't know. And then the UFC is going to be in a real mess. You would think, but not really, okay? Because Oliveira is going to win tonight, in my estimation, and thus leaving the title vacant. But as we know, at the beginning of this year, Conor said he'll be back training in April. He wants to fight. What do you say? He wanted to fight April, May, or June, July, right? He's training. So it doesn't even matter if it's Gaethje. Gaethje will fight Conor. Conor's coming back to that 155 pound, that 155 championship fight. That's just what it is. That's what I think. Um, and it's such an easy setup for the UFC. I don't know if you guys heard me talking about it earlier in the week, but when Dana White did that promotional video, whatever, and they come in and they have the leaked UFC 276 card where they have Chimaev versus Diaz kind of highlighted, or a little star, a little circle behind it. The UFC keeps things so close to the vest that you expect me to believe that that was just an oversight. Like, oh, we forgot that was there. We didn't know that was going to be on camera. No, it's a publicity stunt, if I can say that right. A public, it's a direct attack at Nate through the public, Nate Diaz, because Nate Diaz has claimed he does not want to fight Chimaev a couple times now. Nate Diaz also says he wants out of his contract. What the UFC has done to the Diaz brothers, hey, Diaz Army for life. What they have done to the Diaz brothers, and in extension, what they've done to the whole MMA community, us fans of the sport, is terrible. It's ridiculous. So I know it's not going to be a popular opinion, but the UFC, they've just made some big dumb decisions lately, and haven't been good. And they, again, it's just highlights how they treat their fighters, y'all. I can't. Hey, MW, what's up, my friend? How are you, my friend? What's up, brother? Good to see you. Hey, man, I did this cool thing yesterday. We had that guest on, so if you want to come on, bro, all I got to do is put this link down here for you, and you can hop on in here, dude. And honestly, you wouldn't have to be video if you don't want. You could, I think, you could do just audio. I don't know. But it's good to see you, my friend. Just kind of talking some UFC stuff, and I guess what I should wrap it up with is the way the UFC has treated their fighters for years is just, it's terrible, man. I'm a fan of the sport. I'm a fan of these guys, and I have been my whole life. So to see the treatment, it's bad, man. It's not good. MW, let me know if you want to come on, buddy. What's up with you, brother? What's going on with you this weekend? I hope you're enjoying your weekend. I just started. I was kind of talking about managing expectations as well. Talking about that, and how that was probably the YouTube community, display community didn't do a good job of managing expectations, man. And we had Luke M Tech on yesterday, and that was such an eye-opening conversation, man. All right, cool, brother. Yeah. Catch up in a bit, man. Word up. Yeah, that was an eye-opening conversation, and it was really. I hope a lot of people can see that, and then they can make a better informed decision on if they want to, they want to spend the money on the display. Anyway, we don't always have to talk about that. We've been talking S95B a lot lately. Yeah, so I think that's pretty much it, man. I went through my UFC thing. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. I don't even know who the full fight card is. I guess I should look at that real quick. Pardon me. UFC. Is it 273? No. 274. Of course, huh? All right, let's see here. All right. Oh, yeah, Rose is. Okay. I just think it's the night of the upset, man. I think Carlo Esposito. What is wrong with me? I mean, she did beat her really good that first time. I'm just saying. Yeah, you heard it here first, man. I got Oliveira. I got Esperanza. Esperanza. I'm sorry, Esperanza. I don't know. Um, I'm a big fan of her though, and I got Tony Ferguson. Okay, Oven St. Preux against Mauricio Hua, the Shogun, who I love, huge fan of his. But come on, Oven St. Preux's probably got a few years on him, his junior. So, oh man, we got Cerrone and Laozon. I don't know. I can't say. Can't say. But I think Gaethje, Ferguson. I'm sorry, Ferguson, Esperanza, and Oliveira, man. There you go. Maybe I'm dumb. I mean, well, yeah, of course I'm dumb. Let's see here. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm over here today to begin kind of documenting the home theater and wherever I'm wrong. But yeah, it looks like we can just probably wrap a bow on this one and head out because look, I do have a lot to do with that stuff. I'm very excited to go over exactly, what happened with the home theater. I'm also very excited to be snooping around in my panel box last night, and I thought that there was no more room in that panel breaker. Turns out there are two available places for new breakers. So I am very happy to know that I can send direct power, right? No circuits, no nothing, just direct power all on the same circuit or everything in the home theater on the same circuit, which is not a shared circuit. Kind of like it is here. That's a really good thing to do. Um, I don't have a power conditioner or anything like that. They're very expensive, but I am on dedicated power, so I think that's my trade-off. That's why I don't or wouldn't really look into a power conditioner, even though some of them can run your equipment even if the power goes out for up to a couple of hours, I believe. But yeah, that's a good thing. That's a good place to start is with the power. So I get to talk about that a little bit. And yeah, I'm really excited to document. This home theater has been such a budget friendly build, a great budget build. It was well hidden, um, and a lot of people enjoyed it. A lot of people enjoyed it. So I'll be very excited to go through the mistakes, here in this home theater, and yeah, we'll contrast that one day with the new home theater build, right? So I think, yeah, we can probably wrap a bow on this one, guys. Hey, look, if y'all have anything you want to comment real quick, we'll wrap up here in about 3 or 5 minutes. Um, unless you guys, want to want to get into something. Yeah, the table's open, right? This is what we want to do here. This is what I want to do is have communication and information sharing, man. I'm always talking about it. Oh God, I'm going to say it again, but I loved having it on MTech yesterday because that was great to have a user's experience. Not just myself, my experience, somebody else's. It's cool. Anyway, um, yeah, man, I think that's it. Honestly, UFC and yeah, that's a big mess. All right, fellas. Well, look, ladies and gentlemen, I hope y'all have an incredible weekend, man. I hope everybody is doing well as usual. Yeah, yeah. If you have any questions or comments, wait a minute, questions or comments, good, bad, or indifferent, yeah, you can put them down below here. Uh, if you're watching post stream, and yeah, yeah, I think we can wrap a bow on it. Anyway, as always, thank you for listening. Be good. Be safe. Boom.